Hello everybody, my name is Sophie and welcome to my new reading vlog. Really funny because I actually don't know what we're reading yet. So we're gonna find out together. I do have to prep some things for the video and I have to go to the post office, so I'm going for a picnic also. I'm busy. My life is so busy. Going to the post, gotta go to picnic. Ugh. I don't have time to do anything. Now that I finished Divine Rivals and I don't know what to read next, my members get to decide my next read. I'm gonna have to pick out a few options and then... Why is my chair turning? I'm not doing anything. I'm going to pick out a few options and then I'm gonna have my members vote on my next read. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I do hope my members will be voting. Because I always imagine no one votes and I'm just sitting there like, oops, that was kind of embarrassing. Shout out to Haley B, Ashley Ranger, B, Mrs. Preminger, Trinity ELW, and my newest member, Clara. I love that name, by the way. I never hear that name anymore, but I love the name Clara. I don't know if that's like more common maybe in the south of Europe, but over here in Germany you never hear it. Thank you for becoming a member and thank you to my existing members already. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I have 6 members now, so I do hope that when I do the poll that it's not gonna be like 3 people vote for that and 3 people vote for the other thing, because that would also be a little silly. So if you want to help me decide my next read, you can also consider becoming a member, and also you will be able to see my videos 24 hours before everyone else, including of course this video and also all of the other videos. I feel like I'm a really bad saleswoman. I feel like the pitches that I do, they're not very convincing. Put on some sunscreen before I finish the hair, because hair frustration is a thing I very much struggle with. You know, when you're doing your hair and it just is not working out, I get so angry. It's not looking the way I thought in my head. The back of my head and the way my hair looks from the back is none of my business. You know, I don't really care. I mean, okay, whatever. So I bought something for the background of my videos. Shout out to my members. You are absolutely sponsoring this. Not my hair products, not that, but the background of my videos. You know, when I do my hair like all of the girlies on like the gram and on TikTok and they look really good with it, and then I do it, I just feel like I look like an imposter. Like people can tell that I don't really know what I'm doing. But I hope they can tell that I'm trying. Whatever, we're just gonna leave it like this. I really cannot be bothered. Let's party! Sternenvorhang. Star. Curtain. 3.55. Thank you to my members. 3.55, that's like 1 subscription, you know? So one of you paid for this. So this better look good. I want to put it right here because this is either going to look really cute in the back or really tacky. So let's figure out which one's going to be. I had a vision when I was standing in the store and I saw this, putting it here, but now I'm not so sure. All right, so let's take all of these bitches off. I also have to think of a funny saying for my sign for Divine Rivals, but there's nothing in my head. This sign reads, "Reading makes me angry." And then these things always fall off. I wanted to have a cute little art wall, but they always fall off. I think we've come a long way with the background, honestly. Why is it so long? I have to put it like high enough so that you can't see the top. That's not gonna work. Oh man! It's stuck in here! Okay, so what do we think? I don't know, guys. This looks really bad. Let me try to untangle it. How do you like it? You can't see right here because I don't know what this is called in English. When your house doesn't have a straight wall, but it's like it's coming down! Ah! I can't put it there. I can't put it there. So I was thinking maybe if I turn it a little bit more, I cut off the sides and maybe I remove this bust. And then it's gonna be fine. If I film like this, right? There's just not that much space here. If I film like this. Hello everybody, welcome to my new review. I think that's fine, right? That looks good. If we turn on the sign, how does it look then? Oh. We lost the soldier. There used to be more on that wall, and if you watch my past videos, you can see like the progression of everything falling off and me being too lazy to put it back up. Also have to pick out some books for me to read. I want to read some from my physical TBR. They're also dusty. Oopsies. While I walk to the store, I'm gonna think of something funny to put into my letterbox. But I have to say, become a member today. If you want me to put funnier things in here. I don't have enough letters. I can never spell the things I want to spell because I just don't have enough letters. Good fucking morning. It's my first day of uni. I feel like I'm going back to fucking school. No, I have to look slay. I have to look slay today. It's the first day. They gotta think I have my life together. Also, I'm meeting with my friend tonight, or she's celebrating her birthday tonight. I made her a little gift basket. How do you like it? It's all pink. Current read is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I did the poll on my YouTube and my members voted for that book for whatever reason. It's fine. I love reading. We're giving Stephanie Garber a second chance. I wasn't sure if that was her name. So let's see how that goes, because I only like read the first couple pages.
Der genannte Grund ist, weil ich, aber es sind noch die drei,
einfach
ja. Nee.
Sitzen und zu diskutieren.
Erst wieder nicht gut performen. Das hat man beim Bauern Patrick auch gemerkt. Ne?
Also irgendwie schreiben so dumme oder sonst was, dann werden die auch nicht mit ihm hier hingehen.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, ja.
6 weeks meant they were in the middle of the hot season. Oh, I forgot how much I fucking hated Caraval. I can't do much talking. There's something going on outside. I don't really know what. Time ever and I'm breaking out because of it. I know I had a pimple here this morning because I covered it. Where is it? Where is it? I'm wearing a different shirt for once. I feel like I always wear that one shirt. It's my favorite shirt. It's very comfy. It's very ugly. It's very comfy. I'm still reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. How old is Stephanie Garber and what does she look like? Oh, she slays. Now, this gave me some very interesting information. It says, when she's not writing, she can usually be found watching television shows with vampires. And I have a very sneaking suspicion that there are vampires in this book. And the only thing I'm basing that off of is that the dude bit her wrist. And he had, like, pointy teeth or fangs. I don't remember how she described it. And I was like, is he a vampire? And she's like, oh, they're not immortal. They can be killed. I'm like, okay. There are too many details that are adding up for this dude to be a fucking vampire. And I don't fuck with that. Peace and love. If she pulls the vampire card, I don't know if I can finish this book. Let's see when her birthday is. This is a very bright page. Famous birthdays. She loves Disneyland. She's a Disney adult. Okay. Hello! Famous birthdays. It doesn't even say her fucking birthday. They're being really fucking mean. Okay, I have to delay this research to another day. When I film the review, I think, because I can't find it out right now. Does she have an Instagram? She's in Scotland right now. Maybe she's gonna come over to Germany. And then I'm gonna talk to her about the vampires. Ugh, whatever. What are my opinions so far? Honestly, I'm on page 100. It was very fucking boring. There is a bunch of things that I put down in my notes while I was reading, and then it came up in my brain that they are also things that I complained about when I was reading Caraval, which was almost a year ago, or maybe even pretty much exactly a year ago. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I read Caraval, and that was like a year ago. So I completely confused this book or Caraval with Kingdom of the Wicked. And so I was reading this book because I knew it was the same world as Caraval. And so I was like, oh, I think this is the prequel about the grandma. Because in Kingdom of the Wicked, there's a grandma that tells because there's also two sisters, they're twins, tells them about the lore of the world. And isn't there also a grandma in Caraval? I'm not sure. I just confused everything. And I thought that the grandma, this was her book. And then the author that wrote Kingdom of the Wicked actually gave praise, which we all know how much I fucking hate praise. I think it's so unnecessary. She says, an unputdownable fairy tale. I just put it down. I'm really not having a good time. There's things like descriptions that I wrote down. I was like, why the fuck does she say it tastes like lost hope? What the fuck does lost hope taste like? And other things like, it's summer and she says it's the hot season. And while I was typing that into my notes to complain about, I was like, oh my god, I had this epiphany. I was like, this is the same as in Caraval. I remember now. And then I also realized when the girls from Caraval turned up in this book that this is not their grandma. I thought that until that point. Other than that, let's look into the notes. I don't really know what else is going on in this book. I'm 100 pages in and I have no idea what's going on. It's so boring. She just said that her sister has a petite face, which I also found a little odd because I've never heard of that. Maybe people say that, but I just like a petite body. Yeah, a petite face. Not sure. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I mean, it is a thing, but I'm not sure if that's like normally used. I only know, oh, scan book. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. The Goose Girl! Can you see the last one? It says The Goose Girl. That's actually not the book I'm reading. I posted an update on Goodreads that I was 100 pages in, and I had some people comment on it. I wrote, this is so incredibly boring and I'm having the worst time ever, which is not exaggerated. And then people said, lol, and it won't get better, which I'm really happy about. Then I can't say I'm shocked. And Georgia said, crying emoji. Thanks, guys. Let's continue reading together because the main character, her name is Evangeline. I think that's not a common name in Germany, I would say. Because how the fuck would you say that in German? Evangeline. That doesn't sound very nice, in my opinion. Peace and love to the Evangelines out there. So she made a deal with one of the Fates, who's a hot dude. And he bit her wrist, which prompted me to be like, don't say it. Don't say he's a vampire. She didn't. I hope he's not. I have the suspicion. I feel like he's gonna be. My bookmark matches me. Love that. And so she just traveled to the north because she's from the south. She's a southern girly. Yeehaw. And she is going to the north because for some reason the north has the tradition that the prince cannot become king until he finds a bride, and so they make like an event out of it that can last from 2 days to 2 years where he has to find a fucking bride. And she got invited by the Caraval girlies to go there. Now she's there with her stepsister, who they were beefing in the beginning. Now they're besties. Because the stepsister wanted to marry her boyfriend. I don't really like that. I don't know what's going to happen with that storyline, but I don't really like how that was resolved. The wedding was stopped. I didn't even talk about this. The wedding was stopped because she made a deal with the dude. The vampire. Alleged vampire. Maybe werewolf. Is there werewolves? And he said, if you kiss 3 people of my choosing at some point, then I will stop the wedding. And she agreed. And then he bit her wrist and now she has to kiss 3 people. But she hasn't seen him in a while. And now she's in the north. Because all of the Fates, there's like 16 or something? Why are there so many? Does she want to write more spin-offs? Is that why there's so many? They're all in the north because they were banished from the south. Because they were kind of fucking shit up. They were trying to overthrow the government. Which happens occasionally. And so now they're in the north and she's like, I'm so scared to see him, whatever, I'm gonna go. And now she's there and now she feels that it's gotten cold and she just knows in her heart that he's there. So let's see what he has to say and if he is more than just a generic icy blue eyes, man. male love interest. Though I'm pretty sure she's not gonna end up with him, and instead with the prince. Because where else will she go to the north to marry the prince? Don't turn around, don't turn around, don't. And then she turns around. Bitch, that's on you. Also, I hate that his name is Jax. Because why is it Jax? Why is it not Jack? Jack in the Box? I don't know what that is. I'm not American. If you couldn't tell, I'm German. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, so you know. I gotta remind everyone of the heritage. Ah! Shut up. No. Jax had changed his hair to a striking shade of dark blue. Ugh. Blue hair is never the vibe. I'm sorry. I'm so anti-blue hair because it also washes out so uglily. You know? I fucking hate blue hair. All of the hair phrases that I've ever had, never did I go blue, and I'm so happy I did. Red, multiple times. Red, we fuck with red, but blue is just so hard to get at, and red also, it's so aggressive, but ugh, I just think blue hair never looks good. Peace and love, Jax. Your name sucks and your hair does too. He has blue eyes and he has blue hair? Pick a struggle. No, I cannot. His eyes. She did not write the line. His lips were two wicked slashes. His eyes. His eyes. I can't do this. He's a close confidant, how the fuck do you say that word? Of Apollo's, of the princes. Well, that's just convenient. I don't want to read this anymore. I'm so bored. I have literally zero interest to see where this is gonna go. I don't even want to see the vampires. Jax dropped his apple and took her neck. How is he taking her neck? With his teeth, maybe? Oh my god, Jax is the sorry, I want Wikipedia. Jax is the ex-husband of Donatella, the girl from Caraval. Donatella is a sassy and... Oh, it disappeared. Text literally just disappeared. Donatella is a sassy and beautiful young woman with honey blonde hair that hangs in soft ringlets over her shoulders. So there was a grandmother! She looks like her grandmother! She is shorter than Scarlet and very pretty. How was it writing these wiki pages? Unborn daughter? Is her family? She's preggo? Sorry, I'm spoiling you. I love reading up shit before I finish the book. So Jax is her ex-husband. That sucks. Why are they divorced? How did they get divorced? You know what I think? This book, honestly, with its lore, maybe I shouldn't read the girl's wiki page. I want to spoil myself. Not that I fucking care, but you know. Gotta keep that for later. She put thought into this with like the fates and everything. And there's so many potential characters and everything that I think this could be good. But I don't think it will be good. I think the book is giving very much child. It's giving very much, I could give this to a 13-year-old and let them read it and it would be fine. She could have gone that extra mile and made it a little bit more vile and brutal. I think that would have slayed. I think that would have worked. But it's not working. This is too, in German you would say wishy-washy. This is too wishy-washy. It's not anything, it's not giving. Why are they almost making out now? I was busy complaining. Apollo is the first person I want you to kiss? What the fuck is going on? Why are we drinking blood? If you don't kiss Prince Apollo before tonight's party is over, you'll die. Okay, chill. See, even that incentive of her potentially dying after 100 pages, we still have this much left, it's not gonna make me keep reading. I do not care if she kisses, if she lives or dies. She could die for all I fucking care. She has to kiss Apollo ASAP or she will perish, is what my note says. Just to make it a little bit more exciting. A little bit more, you know? So the note's giving. My note is giving more than her fucking writing. Peace and love, Stephanie. But maybe you should write middle school books. I'm being mean. It's because I'm tired, okay? There's vampires? I'm not really sure how to feel about my victory. Though it's only a partial victory because it's not Jax that's a vampire. At least as of now, it's some other dude. Which confuses me because why is he so obsessed with blood? Then? What is the reason? I'm on page 300 exactly. Okay, queen. I read a lot yesterday. I was being very productive. But I also accidentally, I don't know how you say it in English. Knicken? What is that in English? Bent? I know my words. I stopped before the chapter ended. It's about to end. And I read the last sentence of this chapter and her ex-boyfriend is turning into a vampire right now. Okay, that's super random. I feel like this whole book is super random. Like, I don't really know what's happening. I want to say this with Peace and Love. Let me check when this came out. In 2021. And when did Caraval come out?
I'm one of the people that I had...
In 2016? That's embarrassing. No, Peace and Love, I was thinking about this last night while I was in my reading mood, and I noticed that when I was taking my notes, I was complaining a lot about like the same things as in Caraval, and you can blame it on that being the same world and like partially the same characters, but I'm gonna say something really mean. I don't think Stephanie Garber's writing has gotten better over those 5 years, where she finished a whole trilogy and then isn't publishing a spin-off because Caraval came out in 2016, this came out in 21, and it reads the same. It doesn't read better, and it doesn't read worse. It just reads the same. There was no growth. And that's really mean of me to say, but it's the truth. It's what I feel in my heart. What else happened? I don't even know the last thing I told you. I couldn't freak out last night when there were vampires, when the reveal happened, because my boyfriend was over and I didn't want him to be like... She got married and... Well, wait. I don't know what I said last. She realized that it's Jack's magic that made Apollo fall in love with her, which obviously, girl. Then they married. Then she said, please free him of the spell now. And he said, okay. And so she freed him of the spell, but in the same... And he was poisoned. Like this... moments before. Now he's dead, allegedly. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. This is a trilogy. And it would be kind of boring if this dude was just dead now. Because I feel like... I don't feel anything. And then she's now trying to find the murderer. Because she's being accused of murder. Or allegedly not, but they're like pretending that she's not accused, so she comes back, but they are going to accuse her. And she's trying to find the murderer with Jax now. That is the plot. And her sussy sister is turning out to be really sussy. Doing sussy things consistently, and then she's like... If she turn... I'm gonna Google it, actually. I fucking hate these descriptions. Peace and Love, who writes these? Her Wikipedia Caraval wiki description is Marisol is very pretty. She smells like vanilla and cream? What kind of cream? These wikis are so poorly done, I'm sorry to the people who actually write them. But the thing is, like, why does anybody write them? Don't. If you're not gonna put any information on them, why is there... Why? Why do they exist? And now they're trying to find the murderer, and as I said, I'm on page 300 of... Words of Warning. Girl, what's the last fucking page? Stop doing this. 402, so I have 100 pages left. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I feel like this book is all over the place. The descriptions are so wishy-washy, as I mentioned before. The characters are so bland and boring, and Evangeline is so unlikable. She's a little dummy-dumb. And it's like, you know, you're gonna argue she's 17, but the other girl, and I realized this also yesterday when I was thinking about this, the other girl from Caraval, she has an ex-husband. She's also 17. Being divorced at 17? Girl. I mean, I don't know what happened in her book, and quite frankly, I don't care. I was really rooting for Stephanie, giving her a second chance, but I stand with the fact that this is exactly the same. I don't actually know if she's written any other books. Let me check. This is just me doing research. I don't think she has. I feel like I would know that. Does she not have a fucking website where it says like too much unnecessary information about her? From what I can see, she's only ever written the Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Oh no, she does have a website. Okay, let's check that out. That's always exciting. Why are you so close? Back up. What? What is this? What is this? Under construction. What is this? Her name is just hyperlinks, and when you click them, nothing comes up. It's just the website again. The film option for Caraval has been picked up by the 20th Century Fox. Did I know that before? I'm not sure. Maybe I forgot. See all 50 answers from Stephanie. Ugh, I don't know how I feel about her only ever writing one world of books. I don't know how I feel about that. I got 2 fan requests on Goodreads. My Goodreads is at Honestly Sophie. If you want to become my friend, I accept everyone. Is there any chance you will ever write a spin-off series, book, novella about Jax? He's my favorite character. And she goes, I would love to write a spin-off book with Jax. He's one of my favorite characters to write. Write something else, girl. Write something else. Oh my god, and Caraval was supposed to be 2 books, but she got a deal for a 3rd book. Girl, write something else. Peace and love, of course. She seems very sweet. Peace and love. This is my honest advice from my heart. It comes from my heart. Do you already have an idea for another YA series? I'm obsessed with your writing style and I hope you write more well. That's one of us. Oh, thank you so much for saying this. I do have another idea for a book. I'm not sure if it would be a standalone or duology or something more, but I'm really excited about it and would love to write it once I finish the 3rd book in the Caraval trilogy. So this? Anyway, I don't want to be mean. I kind of have to get the meanness out and hate because I have my first Japanese lesson in 2 hours. Ah! I'm so scared. I'm so awkward. I'm not a social person at all. I don't like socializing and I cringe so easily and I get bothered so easily. It's so bad. It's such a bad thing. Hi, Stephanie. What inspired the backstory behind Legend? And she goes, the song Centauri's by Fall Out Boy. I came up with Legend's character and backstory as soon as I heard the lyrics. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you remember me? Remember me, Centauri's. There's a really great Kakashi AMV to that song. It's just that, like, that song in particular and Courtesy Call, those are all, and this is not gonna make any sense to you if you don't know what an AMV is. It's an animated music video where people just take scenes from a fucking movie or show and put songs behind it. It's usually anime. I used to watch that when I watched Naruto for the first time. I watched that Kakashi AMV on repeat. And it's like such a classic song to use. Legend is my Kakashi. I don't even remember him. Was he in the first Caraval book? I think so. I don't remember. Honestly, I could reread Caraval now, I think, and it would be like reading it for the first time. There's also a really great Itachi AMV. My favorite one, of course, is the one with Impossible. When I was 17, I watched that on repeat. I was so depressed. Oh, she linked to her old website, to her playlist. I wanted to look at it. I was very curious. Anyway, shout out to Stephanie. Shout out Stephanie Garber. You slay, queen. I don't know if it's like a good thing that she's so interactive with all of her followers. Maybe that's a good podcast topic, because recently Sarah J. Maas gave an interview and she was talking about how she doesn't have any social media, which, girl, I don't believe that. Sorry. And she doesn't look at any fan theories, so she doesn't accidentally get influenced, because I think that's something that's super likely to happen. Like, even if you have the things planned out in your head, if you read something somewhere, you could always be subconsciously influenced by something you've read, you know, by fan theories and everything. So I think it's a good idea if you are not that involved with your readers. Sorry. Honestly, slay, you know, I wish I was a best-selling author and that was my main job. Actually, I don't. I don't think I would have fun as an author, because you have to meet deadlines and you have to be creative all the time. And I would just, you know, I would get depressed if I saw people review my book negatively. Like, if I saw my video about my own book, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's why I don't do it. I don't know if I'm made to be an author. Maybe I'm just made to be a reader and a hater. I'm gonna mentally prepare for Japanese. Maybe I'm gonna watch some video. Maybe I'm gonna watch some Itachi AMVs to prepare for my Japanese course. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm literally shaking my boots. I'll update you after how it went. And let's see if I can finish this tonight. Because tonight will be the night that I fought for you over again. Okay, everybody. I'm back from my Japanese course. I'm gonna give you a brief summary because I don't think people care that much. It was good. It was fine. The teacher is like a middle-aged Japanese woman, super sweet woman, super fun. She was like telling us about her favorite J-pop artists. I don't know nothing about J-pop. And her favorite K-pop. She was like, I love BTS. It's very much like the people in there are very much the people you would expect to be in there. And I don't think that I would hang out with any of them like in a friend way. Like for the course it's fine, like everyone was nice, but you know, it's just not my vibe. There was a dude that came in late, and mind you, this is at my university, right? I've never seen these people before. Peace and love. But anyway, this dude comes in late, sits next to me, and we have to introduce ourselves and we have to say why we're here. And everybody that watches anime, almost everyone said, oh, I just want to be able to read mangas in Japanese. And I was like, it's okay. And I said, I want to be different. So I said, oh, I wanted to learn a language that wasn't like a language I already know, German, French, Japanese. I don't know that yet. Or English, something with a different alphabet, something that was just so different from what I already know. And so it was between Korean and Japanese, which is true. And I chose Japanese just because, you know, I don't really care that much about Korea. Peace and love. Would love to visit. Love tteokbokki, but other than that, I don't care. And then the dude next to me came in late. That's okay if he couldn't find a room or whatever. And it's his turn next. I turned to him. I had to give him the word, so I had to say his name. Son. I felt so silly. I was like, okay, bleep son, you're next. I turned to him, I said, it's your turn, king. And you know what he says, why he wants to learn the language? It's the most German answer you can think of. He says, deadpan, I want to learn the language because I'm very interested in Japanese economy. Peace and love. People, there's gotta be people out there that care for the economy, that gotta have an eye on it, you know? But he gave an example of what the Japanese invented, something super random. And I wish I could recall what it was, but it was also something I was like, huh? Why do you care about that? It was like something really super random. I'm excited for it, of course. I'm excited to go in next week, honestly. I thought it was going to be really bad. When I came into the room and there was only 2 dudes and me, I was like, oh my god, is it only going to be 3 of us? You know, that would be terrible. Because I'm so socially awkward, but then more people came in. And I just pretended like I was an extrovert. I just kind of pretended, you know, I was like talking to the teacher and everything, to my sensei, love you. Love you, sensei. But let's talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart. What the fuck is going on in this book? I was almost right. Jax was bitten. I've actually read a little bit. And then my bookmark fell out, so I have no idea where I finished. Oopsie. I read a little bit, and then Jax did almost turn into a vampire because Evangeline's ex-boyfriend was there, about to be turned into a vampire. He was bitten, and there was venom in him, and he has to bite a human to turn into a vampire, and if not, he dies. That's what I thought. So he sees Evangeline and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, your stepsister put me under a spell. I'm not just saying this so I can get out of the cage and bite you and become a vampire. I'm saying this like because I love you, I'm so sorry, blah blah. Please forgive me, I was cursed. And so she gives him a weapon so he can free himself from the cage, and then he tries to bite her, obviously. Jax protects her by jumping in front of her. He gets bitten, and then after, he's not talking to her, and Evangeline in her head is like, I don't understand, how can he be mad at me? I can't just turn off my feelings like he can, like he's emotionless, I'm not emotionless, I have emotions, blah blah blah. And it's like, girl, you are dumb as fuck, that's why he's mad. Literally freeing your ex-boyfriend who's done you nothing but wrong, tries to turn you into a vampire, he saves you, and then you're like, why is he mad? I don't know, think a little harder maybe. So then he was almost a vampire, almost. And I thought that if they didn't drink human blood, they would just die, like normal vampire law, but that's not it. You just have to resist the urge until the morning to drink blood, and if the sun comes up, and then you're cured. Like, the venom just disappears and you're normal again, and that's what happens to Jax. It's really hard for him to resist the urge to drink from Evangeline, because he doesn't want to be a vampire. But he does it. But they have like a really hot scene where he's like licking her neck and shit. I'm just not into licking peace and love. That's something that dogs should do, not humans. He tells her the story of what happened with him and Donatella, which I think her name in Caraval is just Tella, which I complained about because Tella, peace and love, you know, if your name is Tella, that's fine. But in German, Tella with an ER at the end means plate. So that's just what I think of. I know it's a normal name, but, you know. So, what's next? I don't really know. I stopped reading. I was kind of bored. I think I'm on page 330. So, I think I can just finish this now, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think I'm gonna spend much more time on this book, because I'm kind of skimming the pages. I just don't know. In the last 70 pages, I have no idea what's gonna happen now. Like, what the... let me think. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be. Like, was this the climax? Jax almost turning into a vampire, but that was resolved within one chapter. So what's left to happen? Oh, I didn't say what happened with Donatella. He tells Evangeline that she was his one true love, because he killed everyone that he kisses except his one true love, and then Donatella was his one true love, and she was like, I don't fuck with you, and so he's really sad. Happens to the best of us. What's with the sister anyway? Like, is she the bad guy now or not? Okay, so my predictions for the last 70 pages. Let me think about everything that happened. So the prince is dead, and now the crown prince is his brother that was acting sussy. But I feel like, I feel like the ex-boyfriend has to be up to more trouble. So, because it was obvious that he was going to make a return at some point in the book, I just didn't think that it was going to go the vampire route, because why the fuck would I think that? I mean, I did guess that they were vampires, but, like, I didn't guess it was going to be this extent. I don't think that the dude was under a spell to love her sister, if I'm being honest. I feel like he's going to, I feel like the sister... Honestly, I don't know! I think that the sister is gonna get engaged to the crown prince, because well, Jack said that she was jealous of Evangeline and her being engaged to the prince. So since there's a new prince, I think she's gonna get engaged to him, whether that's natural or with a fucking spell, I don't know, but I think that's gonna happen. And with Luke, I don't know if I ever said his name, that's the ex-boyfriend, and I'm just gonna guess his name is pronounced Luke, because how else would it be pronounced? Luke? I just want it to be over with, guys, so I can post a video. I just want to finish it. I think he's gonna be involved too, Luke. In what capacity, I don't know, but he's gonna be he's gonna have, like, some plan with the crown prince or something. So, let's see, let's read. I hope this angle is fine for you guys. Evangeline Fox wanted for murder? Oh no. Oh my god, we also found out that she can open any door if she asks politely with her blood. I forgot to mention that. Because I don't care. It's gonna be relevant in, like, the next books that I'm not gonna read, so what do I care? It's official, the new crown prince, Tiberius Peregrine Acadian, that name would get you bullied in Germany, is engaged to Marisol Antoinette Tourmaline. Are they all French? Are we in France? Is this magical France? What book did I read about magical Paris? There was a book. Someone remind me. What book did I read where it was magical France? Serpent and Dove. You don't have to remind me. I remember. I still think Jax is such an ass name. If I were Evangeline, I would accidentally call him Jack all the time. Maybe even on purpose. Maybe even Jake. She's like, okay, I have to prove that the crown prince isn't actually in love with her and that it's just a love spell, and I know the only thing that she's aware of that breaks a love spell is vampire venom, so she's gonna go get vampire venom. Like, that's the first thing you think of. I feel like that's a little bit extreme. Oh my god, she accidentally got into his apartment. I bet it looks like ass. I kind of skimmed over the description, so I don't know what it looks like. Sorry, at some point I just read the dialogue. Mismatched chairs, yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. This man does not have a sense of style. He probably wears skinny jeans. There, I said it. Sorry. Y'all, I'm not reading all this. I'm sorry. It's like an instruction on how to make a love potion. I'm not reading all that. Give me some fucking plot. I'm literally gonna fall asleep. I hate when they use this kind of hand letter writing in books, because I can't read this. I can't read cursive. That's a joke. I can read cursive, but this is very hard to read. This is very hard cursive. She's so fucking stupid. I fucking hate her. I'm not reading all that. I'm skipping. Sorry, guys. Love you. So bored. Oh my god. Sun is going down further and further. Just as my hope is. Honestly, I feel like she should have just made 2 truth serums. Because her sister is saying, "Oh, I put a spell on your ex-boyfriend to marry him, but I didn't do anything else. I didn't kill your husband. I didn't do anything besides that." And she only made 1 truth serum because she wanted to prove that the dude, her sister's fiance, soon to be husband, was under a spell. But maybe she should have made 2 just to give one to her sister? Maybe that's just me. After her sister's confession, Evangeline was like, "Okay, I also have to confess." And she tells her, "I actually made a deal with Jax." And then her sister's like, "You fucking bitch." And so she calls the guards. Because she's wanted for murder. I'm so fucking bored! He knows she didn't kill the brother? OMG. Evangeline didn't kill my brother, I did! What? The sus brother killed the other brother? And is engaged to the sussy sister? What a great scene to end this on, because I have to pee.
Why is it so long?
I never finished the book. I forgot. I stopped reading when the brother revealed that he killed his brother, the prince, her husband. Do you know who I mean? I just kind of forgot about the book. So let's finish it together. I'm on page 386 and it has 403 pages, so let's just quickly do it. Let's quickly skim the pages. Evangeline couldn't help but start crying with him. He'll just try to kill you. Who the fuck is... Ugh, whatever. I'm not gonna question anything anymore. I just want to get it over with. A random girl? Oh no. Who are you? What's going on? Prince Apollo is alive! I would have never guessed that in any capacity. We've hidden him to keep him safe. He's down there. In the basement? Leave him there. Unless he's revived, Prince Apollo could stay like this for centuries without aging. I mean, that's kind of slay. Ugh, she's going through every single thing that's happened to make a conclusion. Why are we doing it now? Why didn't you do this earlier? And in that moment she knew Jax would know that Evangeline could never leave Apollo in this state. This was why Jax had left him alive. Apollo was Jax's bargaining chip. Chips? Yummy. He'd poisoned Apollo to manipulate her. No! No! But he was deeply mistaken if he thought she would ever open the Valerie Arch for him. I'm sure she will never do that. Not in the next book or something. Gengar and I give it 1 star. Honestly, it's the same with Caraval. When I finished that, I closed the book and I was done and I was like, okay, what now? What now? It just was so boring, and I remember I have a reading vlog on Caraval too because I read it from my 1,000 subscriber special. I'll link it down below, and also the review. Go watch everything. I need money. And I was saying in that video that I don't know if I can make a review on Caraval because I was barely taking any notes while reading it because it was just so boring. And there's a lot happening, but there's also like nothing happening. The book ended on her opening a very secret door in the castle that hasn't been opened for thousands of years because it was locked with an ancient spell. But since she can open any door, she's able to open it and do research on the forgotten history. She's doing like a One Piece kind of thing. They don't remember the history. She's gonna expose it. I gave it 1 star on Goodreads. My Goodreads at Honestly Sophie. My review reads, I don't think Jax brushes his teeth. I don't think he does. Peace and love, they were talking so much about his mouth and him eating apples the whole time, and I just feel like, and I mean this in a derogatory way, that Jax does not take care of his personal hygiene. Not really sure why I feel like that. I feel like this was a fever dream, this book. It's the same as Caraval. I'm gonna think back on this book and confuse it with something else, I feel like. Just like I did with Caraval, you know, because I just don't remember it. I could probably reread that book in like 2 months and feel like I've never read it. It's the first time I'm reading it. I don't think there was much development from Caraval to this one, even though they came out 5 years apart, which is a little sad. Not for me, but for Stephanie. Love you, Steph. But you gotta work on that writing. Or at least on the storytelling. But honestly, you know, it's something that works for her, and people eat it up, and people are so excited because the 3rd book in that trilogy is coming out this month on the 25th or 24th of October. And people are so excited for it, and you know what? That's great. I wish I could be excited for something, but I'm not doing good. So I would just like to say thank you for watching. I'm gonna start editing this right away so you can watch me lose my mind. Again, thank you to my members. You can consider becoming a member. I'm going to do a poll again after my review goes up for Once Upon a Broken Heart. Not after this, but after the review, or yeah. I don't know. I'm stressed. Where my members get to pick my next read, and this time I'm changing the options a little, and I already figured out what the options are going to be, so I'm going to tell you so you can decide whether you want to become a member because you really want me to read one of these books. So option number 1 again is going to be Book Lovers by Emily Henry, just to have a normal romance book in the mix. That was also on the last poll, but these 3 that I'm gonna say now are different. We have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I don't know if you guys know that one. It came out in July of this year, and it's a book that I saw a lot on TikTok. A lot of Booktok people were talking about it. I don't know how popular it is. I don't even know what it's about. Probably a girl that doesn't have any power, and then it does turn out that she has power. My guess. The 3rd one is gonna be Neon Gods by Katie Robert. Why is her name written with 2 E's? It looks like a typo. It's a trashy, like, Roman gods, Greek gods, Persephone, Hades, retelling, and I feel like I need to read a trashy book. I just read Pucking Around, but it doesn't count. The last option is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, which is another hockey romance that I complained about in my last podcast episode. No, the one before that where I talked about book covers being childlike, even though there's explicit smut in it. Go watch that. So those are going to be the 4 options that my members can choose from for my next read. As I said, the poll's going to go up with the review. I don't know when the review is going to go up, but sometime next week. I promise. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Thank you to my members. Thank you for everyone who's just watching. Please subscribe if you like this, if you like me. Follow me on Goodreads, Honestly Sophie. Follow me on Instagram, Honestly Sophie YT. Follow me on TikTok, Honestly Sophie YT. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Thanks. Stay happy, stay healthy, peace and love. And maybe I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.